What is up, guys? It's Andy here. Welcome back to Painfully Honest Advice. So we're basically in the middle of a mortgage crisis right now. People can't afford to pay their mortgages and the government's trying to bail us out. And the market's been at its lowest in the last couple years. And because of all this, if you're looking to invest in real estate, now might be the best time to invest when the market is at its lowest. Now, to invest in real estate, you do need a lot of cash up front, and you are gonna have to manage tenants, and there's a lot more work as far as managing a property. But I'm going to show you guys in this video, if you are interested in getting into real estate, how you can spend $100 and invest in real estate investment trust, which are basically called REITs. So if you're not familiar with REITs, REITs are basically real estate investment trust. And what that means is you can invest into a REIT, and a REIT is actually divided into either commercial properties or residential apartments or different complexes. And once you invest in that REIT, you become a part owner in that REIT. And when they pay their rent or they pay their mortgage payments, you actually get part of that income as dividends. So by investing in REITs, it's an easy way to invest in real estate without having all the headaches. Now, currently, guys, I can tell you I own different properties, and because we are in the middle of this mortgage crisis, I'm having tenants call me because they can't afford to pay their rent. So this is a better way to invest in real estate where you don't have to deal with all the day-to-day headaches of owning a property, going after tenants if they're not paying on their mortgages. And with REITs, it's really easy to invest in a property and become a part owner in that property. And you can invest in REITs through stocks. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the top 5 REITs that I personally think are the top 5 REITs to invest in currently. Now, with the stock market being down so low, and basically with people not being able to afford their rent payments, all the REIT stocks have gone down significantly in the last 3 months. So now might be the best time to buy a REIT stock. Plus, these 5 REIT stocks pay high dividends. So you can make money through dividends. And basically, if you're not familiar with what dividends are, that's basically a payment that you get by investing in that stock. So it's just like having an interest when you put your money in a bank account. As far as when you get dividends, you're investing in that particular company. And that when that company is making profits, you get part share of those profits and you get paid dividends, usually in a quarterly, monthly, or annual basis. And the other reason why I like investing in REITs is because it's passive income. You can basically put your money into a REIT and let your money grow for you. And you don't have to do anything, and you don't have to deal with all the headaches of actually owning a property. So let's go ahead and jump into my favorite REIT. So the first REIT on this list is a crowd favorite, and it's actually my favorite REIT as well. And it's O Realty, and their ticker symbol is O. Now, O Realty is actually in the retail game, and they are a commercial tenant. So they have commercial properties, and they actually own over 5,900 properties, and they have leases and tenants like LA Fitness, 7-Elevens, Walgreens, Walmarts, Sam's Club. Basically, all the big retailers are in their portfolio. And this is actually a dividend aristocrat stock. Basically, what that means is they've been paying out dividends for over 25 years, and they've consistently had higher dividends year over year. So now this is my favorite REIT because they have had consistent growth and they pay out nice dividends with a dividend of 5.97% or $2.79 per share. Now, this company was founded in 1969, and they've had consistent growth since then. Currently, it is trading around $50 per share, but personally, I think it's at its lowest right now, and I personally don't see this company going much lower at this point, so I think it's a good time to get into this company. And if you look at their charts, in just the last month, this company has dropped because of everything that's happened in the market, has reduced the price of the stock, so it's not a bad stock to get into, and you get decent dividends by investing in this company. Now, personally, I like this space, and I like the retail and the commercial sector of this portfolio because I own multiple businesses as well. And when you own a business, you are tied into either a 10, 20, or 30-year lease. And with something like this, where these tenants are locked into long-term leases, and with a portfolio like this, I'm assuming most of these leases are between 30 to 50 years. So I don't see the stock going anywhere. But let's go ahead and jump into the second REIT on my portfolio list, and the second REIT that I personally like, which the ticker symbol is FRT, and the company is Federal Realty Investment Trust. And personally, this is another great REIT because this REIT is also a dividend aristocrat, and they've basically been paying out dividends for the last 37 years. Now, with this REIT, they are also in the retail and commercial real estate space, and they're invested in high quality retail plazas and mixed use spaces all around the US. But they are also considered by analysts to grow in the next 5 to 10 years, and they are considered a strong buy currently. Now, FRT is actually selling at around $75 per share currently, but they're expected to reach around $132 per share. Plus, they have very strong dividends as well. Now, they pay out a dividend of 5.58% or about $4.20 per share. And this is another REIT that I see holding on to long term because I actually do not see them going anywhere as well because they are so established and they've been consistently paying dividends. And the nice thing with investing in REIT stocks is, guys, these companies are not going to let their dividends go away because they know investors are looking for dividends. And basically for one of these companies to actually get rid of their dividends, that's a huge deal. And especially if they're a dividend aristocrat, because these companies have consistently been paying out dividends. So the first thing that these companies are going to want to do is pay their shareholders. Now let's go ahead and jump into the third REIT. And the third REIT is actually a little bit of a controversial one, but the third REIT is IIPR, which is Innovative Industrial Properties. And why I say this is controversial is because this company owns and operates businesses in the cannabis world. Now, this company is an industrial properties company, and they basically own real estate in the industrial sector, but they own and operate multiple facilities that are in the cannabis business. Now, that to me can either be really good or it can be okay. Because with cannabis stocks currently on an upward trend, this company actually owns the facilities. So in case that market sector gets a big boom, this real estate company will also get a big boom as well. But on the opposite side, it's actually less risky to invest in this particular type of company because they can change the use of their real estate facilities into a different industrial facility as well. So by investing in this REIT, you do have a bit higher risk because we don't know what's going on in the cannabis world. And basically some governments in some states are passing laws that you can go ahead and have medical facilities that are cannabis operating, and other states are actually not allowing that at this point. And just based on analysts currently, this is considered a very strong buy. And this REIT does pay out a decent dividend as well, with a dividend yield of 5.64% or $4 per share. Now, this stock is currently trading at around $70 a share, and I see holding this company for the long term. Now, if you invested in this company 2 years ago, around $20 to $24 per share, you would have actually tripled your money at this point, plus you're making money off of the dividends. So I do see this as a long-term stock. But now let's go ahead and jump into the fourth REIT. Now, the fourth REIT on this list is actually probably one of the strongest REITs that I have in my portfolio, and this REIT is called American Tower Corp, or AMT. Now, with American Tower Corp, this REIT invests in real estate around cell towers, broadband, and wireless cell towers. And basically, they have over 170,000 facilities worldwide, including facilities in Asia, Europe, Africa, North America. Now, this is probably one of the strongest REITs that I have in my portfolio because with cell towers, that's going nowhere. And I see that being a consistently growth company. And if you just look at the trends of the stock in the last 10 to 20 years, this stock has consistently been growing. And if you compare them to the S&P 500, in just the last year, this stock has grown by double of what the S&P 500 has grown by. And this stock pays out a really nice dividend as well at $4.32 per share or 1.71% yield. Now, for how safe this stock is, this is a great investment long term, and just for the dividend perspective of it, I really do like this stock as well. So I consider AMT a long-term hold and a great growth company. And while the whole market has been going down in the last 3 months, this stock has actually gone up. So to me, they can sustain a recession and they are a really strong growth company. But let's go ahead and now jump into the fifth REIT on my list and the fifth REIT in my portfolio, which is Ventus Inc. or VTR. Now, Ventus Inc. is in the healthcare sector, and they basically have medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and senior home facilities in the US, UK, and Canada. Now, this is one of those companies that's focused around senior living, and to me, this is a great long-term investment as well. And this company pays out some of the highest dividends. Their dividend yield is actually 12% or $3.17 per share. But recently, analysts have downgraded this company to $29 per share. So this company has taken a downwards trend and a little bit of a hit on their stock price. So currently the company's trading right around that $28 to $29. So it's not a bad time to invest in this for a long-term growth company. Plus, this company is also considered a dividend aristocrat. Basically, they are on the S&P 500 and they've been paying out dividends and have been growing their dividends in the last 25 years. So these are the 5 real estate investment trust stocks that I currently own in my portfolio. Now, as always, guys, I would say to do your own research around these companies, but I like to diversify my portfolio and I like dividend stocks. So REITs are a great way to have dividend-based stocks and they are diversified in the real estate sector. But additionally, there is one other investment that I do want to share with you guys because it is also another real estate investment trust, but this is with Fundrise. Now, Fundrise is an app that I personally use myself, and it's another way to get into real estate investment trust portfolio. Now, with Fundrise, this is not a stock, so they have their own platform and they have their own app. To invest in their app, I'll just share it on the screen with you guys. You basically need $500 to get started, but they have consistent earnings and they pay out earnings anywhere between 8 to 12% based on their performance and based on their previous performances. Now, they invest in commercial stocks as well as they invest in apartments. Now, I'm totally not being sponsored by Fundrise, even though it might sound like it right now, but I personally do like Fundrise because it is also another way that you can get started in real estate investments, but they pay out a decent dividend. But that is gonna cover my whole portfolio around my real estate investment trust company that I currently invest in. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be a wrap for this video. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy content like this as I make videos around business, personal finance, and investing. Now, if you don't mind, make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with videos around these topics. Plus, if you don't mind hitting that like button as well, as it really does help with that YouTube algorithm and get this content in front of more people. And lastly, if you want to take advantage of 2 free stocks, Webull actually offers 2 free stocks, one for setting up an account with them and a second free stock worth up to $1,400 if you deposit at least $100 in your account. Now, I will put a link down in the description because it is a great way to start investing in the stock market and buying REITs. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. See you at the next one.